What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our 2D sandbox series. Today we're gonna do a bunch of bug fixing. There is a lot to fix. Where should we start from? Let's start from the stone not having a background block. So the issue is in this line here. We're setting the original instance to being naturally placed, which means it's not gonna move a block in the background. That's a problem for stone at the moment, but it'll be a problem for every block later on. So the way we're gonna overcome that is by saying public tile class, and this is going to be our constructor, and it's going to take in a tile class tile, and then it's going to say tile name equals tile dot tile name, wall variant equals tile dot wall variant, and we're literally just going to set all the variables here to the ones in the here. And this is a constructor class. So if you don't know what constructors are, look it up. They're very useful. Basically, it's a way of creating a new instance of a class by taking in certain values. Every class should have one. If it's a script or object, it doesn't really matter because you set those in the inspector, but it's still good to have it regardless, especially in circumstances like this. Tile sprites in background equals tile dot in background. Tile drop equals tile dot tile drop, tile drop, and then tile drop equals tile, yes, there we go. And then naturally placed, so I'm gonna have a bool naturally placed. Actually, this should be is naturally placed, and then naturally placed equals is naturally placed. The reason I did that separately is because it's more beneficial to the method we're going to write here. So you can have as many constructors as you want, and then just use whichever one you want in your method. So I'm having this one custom made, so I can use it very easily here. And what that's going to allow me to do here is literally get rid of that line. And now I can say tile class new tile class equals new tile class, and then we have a constructor here. So it takes in the tile, so tile, and then a naturally placed, which is naturally placed. Comment that out, and then I can say dot add new tile class, and that should theoretically fix our problem. Okay, so I place the stone block, break it, that's fine. I can dig down, and then once I get to the stone layer, it's still got a background. So exactly how we want it to work. Very nice. Let's give ourselves some custom tile drops now. So back to our tile class. I'm going to change public tile drop to a public sprite tile drop. There we go. And we don't have to modify anything here because we've just changed the type, but we will get an error here. At least we should. Why are we not getting an error? Yes, okay. So we're getting tile sprite 0. We don't want to do that. We just want to get the tile drop itself. And I believe that might actually be it, I think. What we will have to do is set the tile drop for all our sprites now. So I'm just going to test it with dirt first. So let's give dirt a tile drop of dirt. And same with grass as well. Actually, let's not give grass. Let's find out if it breaks or not. Okay, so here we go. I break the tree and nothing happens because we haven't set a tile drop. Break grass, nothing happens. I break dirt and we get a tile drop itself. Fantastic. There we go. So that's it. Now for tile grass, we don't need it. Stone wall and stone is going to have the stone tile drop like that. Snow grass doesn't need one. Snow wall and snow need to have snow, of course. Sand wall and sand, it's going to have the sand one. Log needs the log. What was it called? It was trunk, wasn't it? There we go, trunk side. Fantastic. Leaf doesn't have one. Iron, we're going to give it just the iron ore. Choose it manually because I can't remember which one we chose. Let's see. Let's give it this one. Grass is going to use dirt as well, I believe. Let's find dirt. There we go. Gold, I'm going to give it the ore as well. Or gold, dirt wall, and dirt is going to have dirt. Diamond, dead grass doesn't have one. Coal is going to use a coal. So stone coal or coal. There we go. Fantastic. So as you can see, now we're going to get this drop, which is going to be very nice to see. Same with diamond. That's going to drop us the diamond. I think it's all diamond. Yes. And then cactus is going to drop us cactus side. Cool. Inside our Vox tool pack on our PNG items, I just want to set these so that they're all 128 by 128 in the pixels per unit. That way they're sized correctly. Press apply. If you are using this voxel pack as well, there's a whole bunch of other ores in here. So if you did want to change the tile drops to any of them, for example, or the irons, the emeralds and whatnot, go for it. They're all there for you there. Not sponsored or anything, but if you did want to use them, make your game a little bit different, might be quite fun. I'm just literally sticking to the Minecraft sort of thing of it. So at the moment, I think I am. Yeah, okay, I am getting tile drops. I just couldn't see them because standing right on it. Let's see if we can find some ores. Okay, so I'm with some coal here. If I break the coal, you can see, if you look very closely, here we go, let's maximize this. You can see that when I break the coal, I'm not getting the ore, I'm getting the actual, the rock, which is very nice. So, that is that done. Whoa. The create instance instead of... Okay, let's fix this warning real quick. Okay, I have a better idea. Let's do this. Let's go to our tile class and we'll say tile class create instance. Public static tile class create instance. And then we have to return something for this to actually work. So we have to return var this tile, I believe. Yes, so equals new equals scriptable object dot create instance of tile class, like this. Oh, perfect. In fact, let me copy this. Control C, Control V, public tile class, and this is going to be public void init, and this can be like that. So we can get rid of that. We can get rid of this here. That's fine. Here, we're going to get rid of this. And simply say this tile dot init. And it's going to take in a tile, which is tile, and then a bool, which is naturally placed. And then that's going to return this tile. Okay, so with that done, that should now get rid of those warnings. So what we have to do, let's get rid of this. Tile class, new tile class equals tile class dot create instance. It's going to take in a tile, and then is naturally placed just like that. And then we can say get rid of this, and I think that should be okay. Let's give this a go. It's a bit of a long way around, but it's what makes Unity happy. So let's see how this works. Okay, so we've generated, break it, that's cool. Break stone, and stone has a background as well. Okay, perfect. Well, not perfect, because we're still getting this sort of weird lighting thing where our whole terrain for some reason gets illuminated as we break and place blocks. What should be happening is it should check the background, and then if there's a background block there, don't illuminate that block. And that is super simple to do. all we have to say is, and that's also an issue. So to do this, this does take a bit more effort, because now what we're going to do is actually split our, basically what I'm going to do is create a private tile class array, which is 2D array. Yep, let's call this world underscore background tiles. Nice. And then I'm gonna create a private tile class 2D array world underscore foreground tiles. Nice. And then this is gonna pretty much break our code, but I am gonna actually comment that out. I'm also going to comment this out. No, I won't comment that out. I'll just comment this out, yes. So that's going to give us a bunch of errors, and that's fine. That's kind of what we want. So now we're going to go through our code and split this up so that our foreground tiles go in here, our background tiles go in here, and that's going to be sorted one by one. So here's saying tile class tile equals world tile class is this. So what we used to do is get the position via the index and stuff. We don't actually have to do that anymore. We've shortened it, so we can literally say world underscore foreground tiles, and then just chuck in the position of X and Y in here. So that greatly reduces our overhead as well. So let's do the same. I think it's, so world class tile classes dot remove at. Rather than doing that, we're gonna say, let's comment that out. Oh, wrong line. So comment this out, and we're gonna say world underscore foreground tiles dot X and Y equals null. So that's how we're going to get rid of the tile there. Then we can get rid of that line. And then the sprite equals that dot tile drop. No, this is going to be world underscore foreground tiles X, Y dot tile drop. Of course, this might not be foreground. This could also be in the background. So that's kind of what we have to check as well. And we're going to work that out. Now, in fact, why am I doing this? This should be tile here. Tile dot tile drop. There. And then tile equals null, maybe I can do. I should be able to do that here. I'm gonna mark that though, because if that doesn't work, actually no, that won't work. Never mind. Of course it won't work. What am I doing? Let's scroll down. It's giving us an error here as well. So world class tiles dot in background, I can literally just say world underscore foreground tiles X, Y dot in background. Let's fix up these spacing there. Scroll down even more. World class tiles dot add. I don't have to do that. I can just say world underscore foreground tiles X, Y dot, sorry, equals new tile class. So what would be very convenient is if we just had a function here which said if it's in the background, add it to the background. If it's in the foreground, just add it to the foreground list. So let's create that function. Let's say void add tile to world. And it's going to take an int X and then int Y. We also need a void remove tile from world, which also takes an int X and an int Y. And then this should be like this. Let's get started with this and then we'll see what happens. So foreground tiles equals this. This should actually say, this should also take in the tile class as well. Tile class, tile. There you go. So if tile dot in background, then I'm going to say background tiles dot background tiles X, Y equals tile. Else if tile dot, and actually this can only have two possibilities anyway. What am I doing? There we go. background tiles there. There should be world underscore foreground tiles equals tile. Nice. Except we're not calling this anywhere, so we're gonna set that up now. Remove tile from world. We're gonna get that now as well. So this has to say if tile dot in background. Yes. So this is also gonna take in a. In fact, we're gonna check the foregrounds first. So if world underscore foreground tiles x y is not equal to null, then world on the foreground tiles equals null. Otherwise, if world underscore, so this is going to be if world underscore background tiles x y is not equal to null, then world underscore background tiles equals null, and that's it. So what it's going to do is going to check if we're clicking on a block on the foreground first. If we are, remove the block in the foreground. Otherwise, there's no block in the foreground. If there's a block in the background, then remove that one. Here we're saying this equals tile class. I'm going to say add tile to world. It's going to take in an int x, which is x, int y is y, and the tile class is new tile class. Cool. Get rid of that line. Scroll up to our so this is another thing we're going to have to fix, that code there. Keep going up. So tile class tile equals this. I have to get tile class is another thing I have to do. So scroll down. Yeah, we're going to do that get tile class as well. So void, yeah, it will return the tile class. So tile class get tile from world. Going to take in an int x and an int y, and then literally do this again. So yeah, so here we're going to say return null at the very end. If it's not equal to null, then we're going to say return that one, and then return that one if that one's not equal to null. So it's going to, if there's a tile in the foreground first, then return the one in the foreground. Otherwise, return the one in the background. So it's going to check the top layer first, which is exactly what we want. So here, tile class tile equals that. No, it's not going to equal that. It's going to equal get tile from world x, y. That's cool. And then here we're saying world foregrounds this equals null. No, it's going to say remove tile from world x and y. And I can't remember if that's it. Actually, no, that is not it because we're not actually adding stuff there. So we actually have to fix a couple of things here. So first, if it's not a background element, bool background element equals tile dot in background, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to say if, so as you can see here, these two are quite similar lines. So rather than doing the check twice, I'm going to save a little bit of performance by doing, so if tile dot is in background, then do that, else this, but at the same time, do all of this. So Control X from there, Control V there, and gonna get rid of that line. Cool, and then just to make things a little bit consistent, I'm gonna add these curly brackets here as well. Nice. So if tile dot is, so as you can see, this is quite similar as well to this check that we're doing here. So tile dot is in background. We only need to check if its name contains a wall. If it's in the background, if that makes sense. So how do we do that? Quite simple. All we have to do is say, do this check inside here, just like that. else if not tile.in background, which means we should be able to get rid of this now. I think. I think so. And then the other thing we have to do when we say remove, so here we're removing it. So we're setting it to white and then we're relighting it. We only want to relight it and set it to white if there's no background here either. So what we have to do is actually say if get not get current biome, get tile, I think, from world, yes, X and Y. So if there's a tile at that position, regardless if it's in the background or not, do this. And that should be fine. So if get tile from world dot in background or get tile from world X, Y. So if it's in the background, so if there's a block there, then if it's in, then, okay, yeah, so if there's a block there, then if it's in background and get tile from world dot, get tile from world X, Y dot name dot to upper, actually we'll say to lower dot contains, and we're just going to say wall. Okay, and then we just have to add these curly brackets in here. So that should fix our lighting. Theoretically, I'm going to try this. It could impose a lot of other issues as well. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. So if tile.in background add world to tile. Ah, yes. Hold up. We didn't initialize these. So the arrays that we've made, the 2D arrays, basically what that is that's an X position, that's a Y position. If you didn't understand that by now, I should have explained that. But all we have to do is just say world underscore foreground tiles equals new tile class array with the size of world size and world size and world size. Cool. And then world underscore background tiles equals new tile class, same as world size. World size and world size. So that's just going to set that. It's like a 2D array. Well, it is a 2D array of tile classes. But yeah, so imagine like a texture where each pixel stores a tile class rather than a color. Okay, so our lighting is not working. Why is that happening? In our place tile, so saying, here we go. So it's setting to black here. Right? Yes. So it's only setting it to black. What this should do is set it to black by default. And then if it's in background, set the sorting order to that. If its name is wall, then do that. Otherwise, set it to white, color.white, which means then, and then I just want to change this to lower wall, just because. There we go. So yes, our surface is lit. Our light is not updating properly. Let's go to our remove tile function. We're destroying it. And then here I'm setting it to white and lighting if there's a tile there. And then let's move this down, maybe.